name is Kander Witkowski. I am the Director of Business Development here at Scoop Soldiers. And one of the fun parts of my job is co-hosting the podcast, Find Your Gold podcast. And we are in Tampa. We came in to help a franchise owner with an event. And Sharice is probably one of my, I don't even know, one of my longest running scooping friends. And I would actually even say that you're probably the queen of scooping. It's been a long time, but I couldn't help but not volunteer her to be on the podcast. So she's even nice enough to let us come into her house and just invade all together. So Sharice, you want to kind of tell us about you and like where your business is at and what you guys do?
Well, we scoop poop.
Okay, check box.
Well, my business is Yard Guards on Duty, and next month will be 22 years that we've been in business. And hopefully it'll be another 22 plus years.
Yeah. So where do you guys service? Like what area do you service?
We used to service all of Hillsborough County, all of Pasco County, or no, parts of Pasco County and parts of Pinellas. And that was when there were no scooping companies. Now we have really narrowed it down to just Hillsborough County, and then we're really focusing in now more on real local stuff.
Yep. And for those that maybe are not the queen of pooper scoopering, pet waste removal is all about route density, right? So the more you're driving, the less you're scooping, and then the less money you make. So there is some strategic planning to where you're going to take customers and not kind of go too crazy. So so you're about
I used to go crazy. Yeah, I used to go all the way to the beaches and back, and I'm like, I don't even know how I did it. And then you get to 6 o'clock when the time changes, like, oh, you can't see all of a sudden, like you don't know that
you can't
at first.
Poop in the dark.
You can't. You can't see shit in the dark.
You can't see shit in the dark. So like, I owned an independent scooping company for a long time, and I remember I was like you. I'm like, we'll go in Chicagoland. We'll go here. We'll go there. Yep. And my brother had bought a Chicago-wide map and came in and he drew like visually drew a big red circle. He's like, do not go out of this line. Because you think, oh, it's only 5 or 7 minutes. When I use 5 or 7 minutes that way, 5 or 7 minutes that way, and it just never seems to work out. So you can grow in expansions, but maybe not ping pong.
Many years ago, I actually sold to another franchise company because, well, you just really want the customers taken care of. And it was just too much. It was just too far, too much. And I wouldn't say I was tired of scooping. I was just tired of driving. And I'm like, oh. So anyways, it helped them. It helped me. And now, like I said, we're really trying to condense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So so then you've been in business for about 22 years. I mean, you guys do just pet waste removal, like once a week, twice a week, every other week service, and one-time cleanings.
And... well, we used to do 3 times a week. Okay. No more litter boxes.
No more litter boxes.
Is that what you're going to say?
No. I would say Wizzywash.
Oh, yes, we do that. Sanitizing and deodorizing.
Sanitizing and, that too. So let's talk a little bit about, since I always feel like when I say like I'm an OG, I don't feel like I am. No, I don't. I just feel like there's so many other scoopers that helped me along the way get started that like, how could I be? But then when we're together.
I'm so old, I had to look up OG. Like, what is OG?
Well, I guess I would only know it because I have nephews that
I really honestly didn't know.
You're hilarious. Okay, so let's talk about some of the differences between scooping in the early 2000s and like 2025, right? Like we didn't have routing software. We didn't have social media.
YouTube. We didn't have Facebook. We had landlines. We had phone numbers and phone books, classified newspapers.
How much did you used to spend in yellow page ads?
$80 a month.
I think in Chicagoland,
maybe it was a little more.
Probably a little. Well, depending on how many books you were in.
Yeah.
But now, can you even find a?
No.
Do they even?
There's no phone books. There's hardly any landlines. I still have a landline because I'm old. But I do because I need to have utilities, in the business name here for when I. We used to have a P.O. box forever because that was the way you did business, like in case you moved around a lot. Well, we never moved in all this time. Like, why am I paying a P.O. box? Started at $38 a month, and now it was like 100.
Are you serious?
Or not a month, I'm sorry, for 6 months. And now it's like 170 for 6 months, and I'm like calculating that, like, that's crazy.
There's gotta be a different
way. Let's just get a locking mailbox and give me my checks in the mail here.
Give me my
and it's the best move I ever did. So for 21 years, I went to the post office. Yeah, now I'm really happy that everything's here. But I had to have a utility in my name to please Google.
Oh, yeah. So there is a whole lot of that. So at the
yes.
APAWS convention this year, White Picket team, who helps Scoop Soldiers with media and all kinds of stuff, they're going to talk a little bit about the Google My Business pages. They're going to present. That was the same.
Interesting.
That was the same thing.
Yeah.
Again, I sold my business before there was Google My Business.
But you had the best names
I did.
ever
The Pooper
for
Scoopers.
all and Pet Provisions.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
Watchdog.
forgot about Pet Provisions.
I didn't forget.
Well, I forgot about it because I lost a crap ton of money on it.
Oh,
So.
yeah, that would be a tough one. But I thought, as
Thanks
far
for reminding
as
me.
names, like
Yeah.
you had like the best names, the best logos. Like I really love. I still have
thank
pictures
you.
of them. Actually,
Yeah, the Pooper Scoopers. I was with a friend and we were trying to figure out a name, and she's like, you should just be the Pooper Scoopers.
You should.
And that was before Google algorithms and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. It was
yeah,
just
it was
a
smart.
name that so that was I backed into that one on kind of on accident. So, but we like the differences have just been crazy. Like you said, like I started my business by buying a 2-week ad in the service directory of the newspaper. 1, can you find a newspaper? 2, who knows what a service directory is anymore, right? So how did you, let's go even roll back. How did you even decide to be into pet waste removal? Like what gave you that idea?
I saw Tim Stone from Scoop Masters.
Who's also a pretty good dude.
On
Pretty
a
solid
TV
dude.
game show called I've Got a Secret.
I
Now,
thought you
he's
were going
been
to say.
on lots of game shows.
Yeah, I was going to
actually,
say
you know,
the
or
People's
lots of
Court
TV.
one. I saw
that
the
was
People's,
way after.
Yeah, that was
way after. So I saw him. So this had to be in 2002. I saw him, and they guessed him right away.
Oh, did they really?
They did. But then he said how many clients he had at the time, and I'm like, and what he charged. So I'm like, I immediately went and got a calculator. I can do that.
Yeah,
like
right.
because I never minded picking up
I never.
poop. Like I'm like, oh well. So then I started researching, and there weren't too many companies out there, but there were enough to research, and that's really how it all happened. $40. I bought a manual on how to. I am one of these. It is $40. It doesn't always have to be too expensive, but you really got to work hard.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
So the
from
manual
the ground up.
that she's referring to is, again, it's a manual.
It
wasn't a PDF. It was a printed manual that you probably bought, and they mailed you the manual, right? So a gentleman named Matt Osborne first wrote. I don't remember. I had it somewhere.
The poopers,
wasn't it like the guide to pet waste or pooper scooper service or something like that?
Had something to do. I have it in my.
I have it somewhere. I know I found it somewhere. But so a bunch of us probably started by stumbling on to some other clip or something, and then.
Kind of bought Tim Stone's later because I didn't know at
Did
first.
you contact any of the scoopers to kind of get started, or you just said, well, let me get a bucket and let me get at it? Like, did you contact him or anything, or?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I think I read the manual. And advertised in, we used to have a paper called The Flyer here. It was like a classified book. It was awesome. And I started with a little classified ad, and then 6 months later, I got my first customer.
Shut your mouth. Did you really?
It wasn't. I started in June. Oh, 3 months later. In September, I finally got a customer, and at that time, I thought, oh, I can make it. And so I remember, I still have the first check, as a framed. And then from there, like, sky's the limit.
So after you got your first customer, did they onboard a little faster? Was it another 3 months?
It wasn't fast at all.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, not
I
fast.
don't know that that's even the times, right? I just think that's like your business.
I think it was because there wasn't anything.
Yeah, the service is.
Yeah.
I still feel like the service is fairly unknown.
It is.
Even though it's like, there's multiple large franchises, and EJ, the founder of Scoop Soldiers, and I were talking, and we were trying to guesstimate how many services there are, because we don't have our own SIC code.
Yeah.
So you can't really.
SIC, what's that?
Standard industry code.
Oh.
So like when you fill out your insurance paperwork, you put what industry you're in. We don't have one. So
I know.
Yeah, so you can't go, like, if I wanted to find out how many barbers there were, I could go and buy a list from like Dun & Bradstreet based on that standard industry code. We don't have one.
Nope.
So we were trying to kind of guess how many scoopers we thought there were, franchise operations and independents. Well, if you had to guess, had to pull a number out of the air, what would you guess?
I'm going to guess
Nationwide.
3,000.
3,000.
I'm going to guess higher than what you think because it's social media, like I just see, like they're just popping up and popping up and popping up and popping up. And I think it's going to be a high number.
Yeah, Tim Stone Sr., I was talking to him about the APAWS convention, and he had mentioned that there are 30 scooping companies in Dallas-Fort Worth that market.
Only 30?
Well, that's what I said. So I don't. I mean,
I'm
but
just
it's
shocked to
like
hear
they're
that.
like elusive. Like, and I always
Wow.
feel like I feel like you and I have been around long enough that I feel like I pretty much know everybody. Like the long stern,
Right,
and then
right.
every now and then one will pop up, and I'm like, where the heck did you come from?
Yeah,
And they've been
yeah.
silently just building a business all the way up.
Well, maybe
So-
they're like me, like because we did it all without social media, and so like I don't know, maybe just more quiet,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I've
But
never
I
been quiet.
remember that around here, I created the categories in the phone book. Like there were no categories before me.
They would put
and
us on like pet industry.
And then like for so many things, we did create the category, but there's still not a category even for insurance, really.
Yeah, and
you
that's
know,
the problem.
It is a
And
problem.
I talked to EJ about that, and then of course, it's a problem with APAWS. I was talking to Leslie in Denver. She's big. I mean, I agree with her. She's big on the SIC code because, like, right now, when we do our insurance and that kind of stuff, they put us in the category that the insurance company thinks we're closest to. Janitorial. Or lawn services.
It's cheap. It's
Well,
cheap
then,
for insurance.
so the
no, lawn
insurance
service would be terrible.
Oh, it's terrible because
Yeah.
we don't use electrical equipment.
Right.
So they put you in a janitorial, right? That the insurance person puts you in a janitorial. You do all your work, and at the end of the year or whatever, you get your workers' comp audit. And the
I got
underwriter,
an audit.
I know.
I got a refund.
Did you really?
I'm
I
surprised.
never got
I'm
the refund.
shocked. I
I'd
got
get
a
the
refund.
audit, and they're like, "Oh, you're not janitorial. You're XYZ. You owe us another $1,000." I'm like, "What the heck? Your agent told me what I was." But those audits are always.
I was scared.
Yeah, no, it's a small business. I don't like. What if they come back and say
Yeah.
I owe multiple thousands of dollars? I don't have that.
Yeah.
Like I don't have that. So
That's
congratulations.
got to go to car repair. No, truck repair.
Yeah, right. Or somebody backed into something, right?
Or that,
Well,
yeah.
congratulations on the refund.
Thank you.
You're the only one probably ever.
$56.
I thought you were gonna say like $1,000.
No,
56.
no.
So $56 is not
I
gonna
think
help your
and I
auto
don't
repair.
even think they gave it to me. I think they took it off my next workers' comp thing. I
So they're gonna
swear.
get you. So you have to tell me in a year when you get your next audit how much you owe them because they're gonna make
Is it
you
every
pay.
year? It's every year?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, I had it. Maybe it was just me. I had it every year.
Yeah.
So all right. So how did you do routing 20? So do you use software or anything now, or do you guys?
Google Maps.
Okay,
And even that, I'm still like where I think it is, where they should go. I'm usually wrong. I'm like, I don't know how. So then I'll just wait for somebody to tell me where to put it.
So do you have like route books, or do you use like how do
we
you?
have a map with pins.
So
We
when your
do,
texts
honestly.
leave, like what do
Pretty
they?
funny. No, we don't use it. But
So how do you know where you're going? How do your texts know where they're going?
well, we have route sheets.
Oh, so you
know.
print it.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. So
yeah.
like back in my day,
Oh, yeah.
we used Microsoft Streets and Trips. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I don't even know you can even use it anymore.
I don't think so.
But we would like take like the shop address or wherever the tech was starting and the end address and put all the addresses
Yes.
in, and we
And then
thought
it
we
would
were
do it.
fancy because we would optimize it,
Yeah.
right? And then you
Yeah.
could go from there.
I
and
don't trust it. I don't even Google. I'm like, I don't think so.
But do you trust? Well, I know. So your employees are your children, they adult children that work here. But if you
and son-in-law.
yes, and if you had to pick between trusting Google Maps or an employee that's not your child to get there on time and do it right,
Yeah,
That's a
well,
tough
it
one.
depends. Yeah,
you might just want to roll the dice
mainly
on Google.
Google, yeah.
I would think so too. So we used Microsoft Streets and Trips, and then I had binders, 3-ring binders, and we had.
She had the best binders. I mean, she was so organized.
Well, you can't.
Yeah.
So we got. I got a decent size fairly quick, and I very much, probably like most entrepreneurs, realize like I don't know what I'm doing here. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I better hurry up and figure something out because I'm paying people. Money's going out. I got to make sure
I
that
thought
we're.
you knew what you're doing all the time.
I'm
That's
glad
crazy. You
what's
fool me.
the commercial?
Fake it till you make it.
No, the commercial where you're like, I'm not a doctor, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn last, whatever that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's cute.
I'm not really a good CEO, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night. So, but yeah, we had route books, and we had like every other weeks were like different colors. So we had an A week and a B week.
We have an A and a B.
A and a B
Gotta
week.
have that.
Yeah, and so at the end of the week, usually my brother Kyle worked for me. He did a lot of that, but he would on a Fridays he would pull all the A week out, put the B week in, then go back in the Microsoft Streets and Trips.
Oh,
and
I just give them
reorganize
both A and
everything.
B at the same time.
Oh, do you really?
All A's, all B's, and yeah. And then
how
if
do
it
they-
changes, I just print a new one.
Oh,
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
yeah.
It works.
Well,
It's pretty
well,
simple.
so
Gotta
now
keep
I feel
it
like
simple.
I feel like a big old dummy because I was paying my brother for years, 13, 14 years to like tear these books apart. Why didn't you tell me that? I called you when I first got started,
Yeah.
and you were like one of my mentors to like, and I guess I guess I probably should have asked a couple more questions.
No, you started before me. You started in 2000.
Yeah, like 2000,
Yeah.
2001. So who? Oh, you know what? It was Deb Levy in St.
yeah.
Louis. That's who was
Yeah.
kind of like, she was pretty. She still
Yeah.
is pretty awesome. But
Yeah.
yeah, she was pretty helpful. So yeah, so I guess we're like scooper sisters.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other forever.
I love you. Whenever I come into Tampa, we always
She
go to
comes
lunch.
here. We go
Always.
to lunch. She's been. This is your 4th time here, 5th time here in the house.
Yeah.
Like
a while.
it's
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like
I've
so,
never came to her neck of the woods.
Well, you got
but,
that. Now you have your RV,
Yeah,
and we have
that's not
50
gonna happen.
acres and a circular driveway, and you can pull right
okay.
in.
Yeah.
You can pull right in.
That's where I'm going.
We'll go
we just got
fishing
back
and-
from 28 days camping, so
Yeah, part of the benefits of being
like
being
today.
a CEO.
Today we just
yeah, I
got
know.
back.
Like we're very thankful that you would be on a podcast that you were
clean.
nervous about. 2, you let us invade your home, and 3, you came home for vacation, literally washed
Yeah.
the stink off, and sat down for a podcast.
That's right. Here we are.
That's what friends do, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so routing was different. How did you bill now? Do you still bill the same way you did before? Because like
Yeah,
back
actually, I
in the
do.
day, you would send the invoice and they would mail the check in, and then I got fancy and we would use QuickBooks for billing, and then they could pay with their credit card. Oh, PayPal.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't like.
yeah.
I prefer checks. I prefer Venmo. I prefer Zelle. Rather than anything.
How does that
takes a fee,
complicate your how does
but
that complicate your invoicing?
Well, it's not complicating on that. I just use Quicken, so that's
Oh.
pretty basic.
But like, does it? How does So for my company, I billed in advance. I would invoice in advance,
Oh,
and
that
most
was smart. We bill in arrears.
How did we not talk about this? Like 20 years ago, we probably should have had a
We
conversation.
probably should have, because honly, it hurts sometimes.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, 'cause,
Isn't it
you
funny
know,
how the people that owe you money are always the ones that you did a terrible job for? Right? They're like, hey, you owe me money. They're like, yeah, you really stink. I'm like, well, you.
No, we never got that.
Funny. I always
Did
would
you
get
get that?
the people that always owed
We didn't
money.
stink.
You'd call and be like, hey, like your bill's past due, and they're like, well, your guy did a terrible job. And I'm like, well,
we
you know
don't
what?
get
It's
that.
only funny that we do a terrible job on the weeks that you owe me money. Like that's
Never happened.
Are you being facetious or not?
No, I'm totally serious. That never happens. Either, oh my gosh, we forgot, or no, never, because it was a bad job, ever.
So this is great. Like I was telling my husband I was coming down. I'm on a podcast with Sharice. He's like, "Don't you know everything about her?" I'm like, "I actually don't think I do." Like, I actually
We're
don't think I
learning a
do.
lot,
We
because you know
are.
why? We don't talk about business
And
much.
you're right. We really don't.
I'm getting
which is
cramp at my
probably-
leg really bad.
Do you
I
need to get
some
up and?
pickle juice? No, because I can't get up. Sorry.
This is ridiculous.
I'm
We're-
like trying not to
we're-
move because I'm
Well, you can
scared.
move. Jeremy will just twitch back there. He'll be fine.
I
He'll
can't
figure
move
it out.
without pickle juice.
So, like I told you, like this is either we're just gonna chat, and then Jeremy and Isaiah and Ben are gonna do whatever else they want, right? Like we just get to leave, and it'll come out a beautiful podcast in the end. So, but yeah. All right. So then, yeah, I feel like we don't really talk a lot about business. So now you bill still you prefer check and Zelle and all that. You bill after?
Yes.
Okay. Which I know a lot of people that do, and it's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal. Is your
It's the thing to do back then.
Yeah, right,
actually.
you-
It seemed
yeah,
like, you know,
right.
well, you do the work first and then you bill. You know, now, even though I know what I know, I still bill in arrears.
Well, now you're
'Cause
rolling.
now it's tough,
Yeah,
you
like,
know,
like now
like-
you're moving. You got a bunch of people, or I mean, like, so then what are you gonna do? Like, adjust your billing for new customers, and now
No,
you're billing
like,
two different
mm-mm.
ways.
And
Like,
I just don't. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
like
I
it's-
can't switch it, and I can't ask the old clients to you know,
because then they're
going to
be a double. They're gonna be a
like,
double
well, that's
bill.
probably not going to happen. That would be confusing. So we just take our lumps.
But you don't have a whole lot of lumps, do you?
No,
Yeah. So
we're not
I mean-
lumpy.
people are gonna think that we were drinking before we started.
Well, I had thought about it. This is actually coffee, but
Is it?
the thought had crossed my mind.
To like margarita it up or something, have
Sure.
a cocktail.
Something.
All right, so one of the things I want to talk about is you've really been helpful to a lot of different scoopers throughout, and I think and for some reason, like I've owned a pet sitting company and a couple other lawn care company, and I always felt like competitors in my area for pet waste or for pet sitting and lawn care always kind of like jived, like you know we all
Yeah,
kind of
I think so.
sometimes scoopers can maybe not jive as
Occasionally.
much, but
Happens.
I feel like for them, and there's a good amount of us that are, you know, Switzerland. Like we're happy to help, asking your
Yes.
questions.
Yeah, I think that's the majority.
I think so.
honestly.
Maybe
I think
you're right.
I think it's because it's such a unique profession, and you know, going back, like when you say when I first started, like people thought we were crazy. Like, I mean, pick up dog poop, you're crazy.
Right.
Crazy
I still
smart.
hear it. I still hear it.
Like you could take it, you know, both ways. But I think generally everybody got along, and it's like you're just so fascinated to meet somebody else that does the same thing.
Because we weren't hairdressers
you just want
or whatever.
to, you know, talk to everybody and help everybody, and then there's all these new people coming in, so yeah, then you start to mentor. I had someone on the next block over, you know, like like hundreds of people, it seems like. Now I don't help people that much. I don't, only because there's other people helping.
Oh, okay.
And I can't help anymore because I'm like
anymore.
the things like social media and all that, like I am not the best on social media, and so I have nothing to offer there. You know, I guess I'm tired too, like, because it's the same thing over and over.
It's like, how many times have you been? So what's the question that you get back in the day or now? What was the one question that people would, like, remember that group? Was it a Facebook? No, it wasn't a Facebook. This is before Facebook. Remember there was like a chat room or something that people could ask questions? What was that?
Well, mainly, how do you get customers, I guess. Like, I don't know. It was all the same questions over and over, like, you know, a handful of questions.
And then there'd be people like,
kind of, you know,
search,
after a while,
don't ask these questions, search the Q&As, and I'm like,
you know,
okay,
look at
like,
the message boards. But then there were the people you would call, and then that would be easier, you know. And you make such good friends. Like when I think, remember Evie, who has
don't make me
passed.
cry.
She's
still my friend on Facebook, and I don't want to.
I don't want to. That's kind of weird.
So Evie was a scooper friend of ours that was in Washington State, or Portland,
in Washington.
Yeah. And she passed away. Gosh, how long has it been?
It's been a couple years now.
I think she passed away before.
3 years.
No, long.
A little while now.
Yeah,
it was
so
very sad, but we would talk to each other every day, every day, Monday through Friday.
And you're Florida to Washington.
Yes,
like
and every day it's beautiful in Florida and it's raining in Washington. And then I swear to God, this is the honest to God truth. Whenever it was nice there, it was raining here. I'm like, you're kidding me. No one is ever going to believe this. But we would bounce ideas off. We would laugh. We would cry. We would vent. You know, vent.
Get all the
but mainly just friendly stuff.
Somebody to like be somebody that, like, I think in any industry, maybe ours just feels more closer because we're in it and we're such a smaller, unique. But somebody that can, like,
it's the type of
hear
people,
you,
too.
like hear, like, oh yeah, I had that
because
problem.
most people love to scoop. Like every now and then there's somebody with the company, I just hate this. And we're like, why are you doing this? You know, like it doesn't make any sense. That's like, you know, pretty weird. But I think we're all like-minded and, you know, we're helping the environment, you know, not
helping
just,
customers
you know,
get their
making
time
some money
back
the time, you know, like I just think like-minded people, like we just
hard
all
working,
generally get along. There might be, you know, every now and then somebody you don't get along with it, you know, that's how it is. But
so if you had to guess, like how many, because I know, like, you know, you and I talk by phone and Evie talk by phone and Deb and Mel and Leslie and
I still talk to Scott, you know, regularly.
Scott Chapman, I talk to Scott Chapman.
He's going to be 22 years in June.
Yeah.
We started the same time and he's in Florida.
I mean, even like the newer scoopers that, like, I've bumped in all over. How many scoopers do you think have reached out to you, like not just on a chat board, but like, hey, Sharice, can I message you or can I call you and ask you a question? How many do you think
200, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And I've helped them from point A to the
all the way
end,
through,
all
right?
the way through.
And I've said a million times.
That's why I said I'm tired, because
so you can't
I'm
do
like,
201?
there's like people, the newer people are doing the same thing. It's the same questions, and I'm like, I'll get on the message boards and I'll write usually one word answers. I'm like, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And like I said, I
always felt like if I'm helping someone and I'm paying it forward and I feel like they're going to pay it forward, then that's good.
We're passing the reins on to the next people.
Grabbing stuff and not helping the next row of scoopers.
I don't think there's too many of those. Like now they're getting a little different.
Yeah, so I had wrote down that I wanted to talk about the school platforms. I've never been any of the school platforms. I know there's the people that are out of, and I always say their name wrong, and it's not them, it's me. It's Swoop, Scoop, my tongue gets tied, Millionaire in Washington, Spokane. And then I can't, again, I'm very tired also.
Me too.
There's a couple in...
too much relaxing.
You're tired from too much relaxing from camping. I've been in do you know how hot it here is in Tampa?
I do, actually. I was camping.
We were in the Tampa Riverfest booth for like 2 days.
Oh, that's
literally
so sad.
sweating
That's
my
bad.
bejesus off. It was so like I had like we were doing some media. I'm like, do I have like mascara? Like it's
Do
gotta
I
be
right now? I
no,
probably do.
But I'm like it's gotta be like down to my cheeks by now. I've been sweating
Yeah,
for like hours.
It's bad.
But yeah, I think that like the platforms have been really. I think they've been really nice. I enjoy seeing people come into the industry and find a place to get all their answers. Like you, I don't mind helping, but sometimes it's the same questions. And I think some of the stuff that you and I did might not be the same anymore. So the information,
classified ads,
like classified ads,
phone book,
phone books,
landline.
Can you? So we've been in business longer. Stamps.
Like I'm saving so much money now, because everybody had it mailed. You know, back then I'm like, well, the stamps keep jumping out, and cumulatively. If you figure out how much you can save, like once we were doing the Tampa Bay Rays game or something, and I saw on the like a LED board something cut your expenses by 5% and it's like 30% profit or something like well. Okay, so I started cutting expenses, but I mean those are like some of the things that we used to do that aren't doing them anymore.
Yeah. So like I said, I know there's like the people in Washington, and then there's a couple in like up by Orlando, and I think there might be a couple more kind of popping up. I'll be interested to see how they kind of go from my
like franchises.
No, like the schooling platforms.
Oh, where you go to learn.
Yeah, like
people
the Swoop Scoop Millionaire. I don't know why I'm pointing this way. I don't know which way is north. But
neither do I. Let me think about it. Okay, west.
Never eat soggy waffles.
North.
Okay, so that way. Never eat soggy waffles.
The sun sets in the backyard.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
We can't see the backyard because Jeremy made us shut the blinds. But yeah, so the schooling platforms, I feel like it's bringing in new entrepreneurs and sending them to a spot where they can learn things. I'll be interested to see, and I'm not bashing any of them, how much content. Like, I don't fully understand them. Like, are you signing up for like a 6-week program? Is this every week for the rest of your life? Like, I don't know how. And if it is that, like, how do you keep just from helping Scoop Soldiers with media? Like, how much content do you have? Like, how much education can you do?
Well, it's that is a good question.
And
because it's the same people teaching, and it's not like other scoopers helping others, because it could just be that.
Well, Justin Owens helps with Scoop Millionaire too now.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
Yeah. I mean, so like
I knew him way back
when he was a little baby.
He was using my slogan, like, hey, Justin,
you can't do that.
Can't do that, and he didn't.
Yeah,
but other people have. Some people have trademarked it now.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then
so I'd be curious to see how they how it unfolds, right?
Yeah,
and how it kind of ends
curious.
up. Yep. And then, were you one of the founding members of APAWS?
I was not a founding member. I came in the year after.
Do you know your number?
7.
7. So you were. I don't even know what my number was, but you were the 7th.
Should I look it up for you? No.
Nope, it was
I don't even. I mean, I started early on. Honest to God, APAWS was my saving grace, and it was because I felt like I hid behind it. Really, I'm like, well, I could call up anybody, any kind of media, and I'm like, I'm part of APAWS, and we're and I told them what it was, of course.
For people that don't know,
it was. Go ahead.
People that don't know, APAWS is the Association of Professional Animal Waste Removal Specialists.
No, you said it wrong. There's no removal in it. APAWS.
Association.
APAWS.
What is
Association of Professional Animal Waste Specialists.
Oh, I always say they are.
Yeah, but I mean, we
and
do
I was
remove
on the
it.
board.
Well, now they don't even remove it now. See, that's different too. It's not being removed.
No, we
were
removed.
on the board. I removed too, but a lot of people don't remove
so back then
anymore.
it wasn't. Yeah, we collect and remove. I collected and removed. Pep Butler collected and removed. Scoop Soldiers
and now you don't have to anymore. Now, if I could go back and do it again, we wouldn't remove either.
See, I would say no, because I think when you're scheduling someone and you trying to get them to steer them to the day that you want them to be on, they'll be like, oh, my trash guy or my trash guy comes on Thursday, so we need you on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. But, I mean, I got pictures of me at the dump with like having to go to the dump all the time. Sucked.
So you go to the dump now?
Because I had to get a permit. No, not now.
Oh, okay.
I used to.
I know some.
Because there was
Yeah.
Like we have trash cans that can be lifted with machinery, but way back when we didn't. And it's so heavy. There's no way they could lift it. So I had to bring it to the dump. Had to have a permit. And you're taking chances with your vehicles up there. It's not good. But they would actually bring the loader to me, and I would fill up a whole front loader and, pay for my ton of poop. It's expensive, too. That it gets really expensive.
Is it up near you?
Well, in all of Hillsborough County, there was one landfill that could go to, and it's like 15 miles from here. So I was kind of blessed that it was a close one. And
I never did the dump when I had my business in Chicagoland. When we first started out, we had my husband and I had a duplex, and I had eventually we had the garbage cans, like the blue ones that you have with the lid, and it'd get too heavy.
Oh, and so the machine
like the regular, and I would get like two like the regular trash cans that the like thing comes out and like puts it over. I had two of those, and then we outgrew that, and so eventually we got.
I remember the side of your house after like the spring cleanings. I'm like, holy crap! It's like you had a holding pen for your poop.
Way back when we had like one of the smaller dumpsters, and it was in my garage. And so every week when the trash guy came, my brother Kyle, I'm 5'2", he's 6 foot or whatever. He'd come down and like pull, I don't know either. He'd pull the dumpster down for the guy to come get it. Well, he was on vacation one week, and I remember I was taking it down, and I was literally standing in front of it holding it, and I knew it's like pushing me down the driveway. I knew there was a divot, and I'm like, oh God, it's gonna hit this divot, and it's gonna flip over, and I'm gonna be death by shitty dumpster.
Yeah. Did it happen?
No.
You're still here.
I don't know how I got out. I don't remember, but I remember clearly being like,
that's
here it
bad.
comes. Here
That's
it comes.
So
But yeah, and can you imagine?
Scott used to use a chest freezer in his garage. Like this was a problem back then on what to do with it. Because
can you imagine
that is the number one question.
Yeah.
What do you do with the poop?
What do you do with the poop?
Everybody wants to know. That's the $1 million question. So
it goes to the dump. It's trash.
Well, here's the bad part about the landfill. Like I could go there right now and they could tell me wherever it's been buried. Like they keep a satellite, and it's double bagged and it's in this landfill. Never gonna break down ever. Like in the methane, like just the heat that's coming off. It's just crazy. And so now it's being burnt. Okay. And I feel like that is the solution.
Wait, now yours is being burnt?
Now it's being burnt. It's being incinerated.
Where do you do that?
Well, they just come and get it from us. I've got extra cans, and it gets lifted by a machine, and then the kids have extra cans. We have a lot of poop, and so it's actually getting burnt.
Okay.
And I feel so much better about that because I still don't know, what is the proper way. I do know that we were essential workers during COVID because it's a biohazard, and so I'd rather it be burnt.
Yeah. Do you ever have a car get in a car accident and have to run somebody out there to get the crap out of the back of it? I had a couple of employees that got in an accident. I'd be like, Kyle, hurry up.
We just left the crap.
I'm like, okay, because they're going to come tow it. They're going to tow the truck. And
I want the tools.
I want the tools. Oh my gosh.
I didn't want the crap, but we couldn't open his trunk. So no tools, no.
Oh, so we were using pickups, so that made it easier.
Oh no, this was a car.
So do you guys double bag it and put like in a container in the car, or do you okay, yeah, so it's not like just in there?
It's in, oh no, like we're so clean. Like, I'm going to say this right now for all those scooping companies that don't use the bag, shame on you.
Oh, I know, I see that and I like vomit.
It's just the
Gross.
cleanup has got to be
like
horrendous. I mean, to each his own, And
but who's cleaning that bucket out?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Like I would rather spend $1 billion on trash bags and risk one or two ripping than who's cleaning that out.
I don't know, but that can't be.
They can't
be good. I don't think it is being cleaned out. Like that's the thing.
But eventually, isn't it just going to well, I hope no one's eating. Eventually, the wet poop is going to be hard poop, and then you're going to have wet poop, and then you're going to have hard poop, and it's going to keep caking on.
I can't do it. It's just gross.
Well, you shouldn't.
So we double bag
the contamination between yards is just gross.
Well, yeah, that's another thing with being APAWS. I think like people forget now is that you had certain guidelines. Like you had to have a landline.
Yeah. You had to have
a landline. You had to abide by their code of conduct, which is wonderful, and you had to sanitize your tools.
Yeah.
And
so many
whether people are doing it now, or, like I don't know. I just hope so, but
I think APAWS
I think a bag is important, you know, and pretty cheap.
Yeah. My face is like, I mean, I'd rather spend what is it, a half a penny a bag?
Well, it was 7 cents. Now it's probably like 9
Oh, is it really?
Or something. It was 7 cents.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
Us old people know that.
Who's cleaning that out? Ugh. Gross.
It's gross.
Yeah. But APAWS was very. APAWS is still. It's we'd like to increase.
Probably don't have to have a landline anymore.
No. I don't know what. I should look and see.
I do.
I'm helping APAWS a little bit with some speakers. You might have saw some on some of the Facebook groups. I'm helping to arrange some webinars. I'm going to help a little bit with the convention. Just try to help a little bit more. APAWS is just, you know, when a nonprofit's run by volunteers that are running businesses,
it's hard
to do.
job.
But APAWS, you'll have to tell me in a second who the original founder was, because I know it wasn't Tim to start with. He was like pretty close, but they were very instrumental in setting up all of the foundation for what we should know, like the things that we should sanitize, and
yeah,
you know,
it was pretty smart.
It was like the OG before the OG.
Yeah,
like
I know a handful of them. I don't know them all, but I know a handful that were founders.
Yeah, I wonder if they sold their businesses or Tim's still going.
Well,
but
yeah, let's see, Deb
Levy's still
hers.
going in St. Louis.
I want to say Mike Zlotnick still has
Zlotnick's in New York, New Jersey. Who?
Eric, I want to say Graffenstein. I might be saying that
I don't
wrong.
know.
Sorry, Eric.
I don't know that one. Where's he out of?
I want to say Maryland.
Okay.
Maybe?
Yeah, I don't have
Maybe.
that. Okay.
And I said Mel already, right?
Leslie Farrell.
Was she a founder? No.
She was pretty early on, but maybe she wasn't a founder.
I'm not sure, Leslie. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a handful.
There should be like a Scooper Wall of Fame.
There should be.
Like our headshots.
Yeah. Yeah. There used to be. No,
there used to be. No, they
So
were Polaroids. They were Polaroids back then.
I spent like a year being a vice president, and then Evie talked me into being a president. Like, I don't even know how that happened. I'm like, no. But
well,
she was my she was my cheerleader. Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do it without her.
Yeah.
So I was 2 years as president, and then I was vice president again. Somehow talked you into being secretary. Like, and honestly,
I downgraded.
I would work more hours on APAWS than my business.
So I'm the board president for Paws for a Cause Vet Care. We do about $7 million in low cost spay, neuter, and wellness. And the amount of energy that goes into the non-for-profit is ridiculous.
A lot of volunteer.
Not ridiculous in a bad way, but I think maybe someone on the outside might not know what it's like to run an organization.
And sometimes people are ungrateful. That was the hardest part.
Yeah, it is. Or dismissive, maybe, like a little dismissive.
Didn't understand how much work, was going into it, perhaps. So I cried a lot. Oh.
You tell me who made you cry, and I'll go make them cry.
No, we don't want to know because we're friends now.
Oh. Okay.
It's not you.
No, I know it is.
Yeah, you.
We're good.
We're all good.
Yeah. So APAWS, I think. So tell me about how many years were you on the board for APAWS?
At least 4.
And you're still a member, but how many conventions have you been to?
Oh, since 2006. 2006
and
was
it's
my
every
first
other year
one.
minus the COVID,
Well, it used to be every year.
Every year.
It used to be every year. So Orlando. I remember being in Nashville, Atlanta, San Diego.
I was in Nashville and San Diego. Chicago.
I didn't go to Chicago.
I was in Chicago, obviously.
I've missed a few. And then they started being every 2 years. And then I kind of missed a few. But
what was the last one that was down in Florida?
That was in...
Because I think you and Ron, or at least Ron Vecchio, was like texting pictures from the beach of
there was one in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Oh, I was in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, we were at Sarasota.
Sarasota. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know why I couldn't make it. But I know you guys were like...
That was a good one. That was really good.
I know you guys kept sending me photos, and I'm like, stop making it worse.
I think I won first place there. No.
So you're referring to the Turd Hurting Contest.
Yes.
So it might not be. Look at Jeremy over there. He's like, what the heck?
Yeah, Sarasota. I did. It was Sarasota and Nashville. I think first place.
We always had great speakers and we learned a lot, but the Turd Hurting Contest
is the big draw.
Kind of where it's
That's
at,
the big
right?
draw to see who's the fastest scooper in the nation. Won twice. We'll have to take you to my trophies.
Yeah, we'll have to look at your trophies.
Yeah,
but so then the convention's usually a day and a half or two. There's usually a main speaker of some kind, and then it depends on.
And then you were a speaker.
Yeah, I spoke. I think I spoke in Myrtle Beach, and I think I did marketing roundtables in Chicago. Oh no, I did Pet First Aid in Nashville.
Pet First Aid.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a small group. Everyone kind of pitches in, but like I said, there's speakers and we learn, and there's networking and all that kind of good stuff, and then
the Turd Hurting Contest.
And the Turd Hurting Contest. And so the Turd Hurting Contest is it's fun.
It is fun.
Because there's a lot of shit talking along the way. I think I know I did it. I know I did a number of times in Chicago. I made my brother do it. I made him like, don't you disappoint me. Like, you get out there and you know. But I don't know.
I wish I could have seen that.
I don't think I have any trophies.
Well, it used to be like like a press. The press would come there,
we would
you
have,
know, and then you would get in all the newspapers, which, you know, for those of you that are young, we used to have these things called newspapers.
And you'd get them every day, and then they'd come up on your porch.
I have so many articles, like it's almost pathetic. I have nowhere to put them. Like there's just so many, but I go back, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this.
I
mean, they're online. We got like it was the big papers too. That was the thing. The Wall Street. This is what APAWS does. Was in the Wall Street Journal, the Atlanta paper,
and wherever we're at, the big newspaper
Las Vegas
in that.
Review, the biggest newspapers and magazines, you know.
Yep. Oh, I have a couple of magazines too. There's a Chicago magazine that so it was at we did the interview and the photos at my Aunt Jo's house. She's my aunt that passed away that like soul crushed me. But in the photo, they have a great photo of like me in the pooper scooper shirt and her Bijan looking at me. And if you look super close to my fingernails, I've got a tiny treat so that so that the dog would look up at me. All right, so turd hurting contest. Fake turds are tossed out. Two at a time.
Now they used last year they used potatoes. Like the first one they used whole potatoes, and then this last one. In South Carolina, they used like JoJo's, like quartered potatoes. I'm like, and I wasn't expecting. I was expecting the plastic poop, and I'm like, wow, that's it was a lot harder to scoop. I'll tell you that much. So I'm gonna.
So the big thing too is the winner. But then the big thing,
first, second, and third,
is what happens at the dinner.
Oh well, they don't do this anymore.
You should.
They don't do the auction anymore. So there used to be an auction. People.
No, there was in Myrtle Beach. There was. I spent a lot of money.
Was there?
Yeah.
In Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Okay, so people would donate stuff for this auction, and then all the proceeds would go to APAWS. Well, if you weren't looking, somebody would steal your trophy, and they'd make you bid on it to get it back. So I paid $100 before.
That's you take that trophy, you lay it down anywhere.
And well, we know it's going on, but a lot of the people don't know, and they're like. So about ready to shed a tear.
And then, if I remember right, I don't know if it was Nashville, I think Ron Vecchio took one of them, and like he was like, pew, like right out of the room, and I can't remember who he took it from. The girl was like,
well, that was because Sandy, one of the girls that worked for me, got second.
Oh yeah.
So who? I think Ron maybe got first, Sandy got second, and Maria got third, if I recall right.
Oh yeah, she always freaking.
It could have been Sandy.
She's a plant. Like you think, oh, Maria's so quiet and so sweet, and then you give her a spade and a rake and she's off like a little ninja. Like, and she's tiny, like a little Tasmanian devil, just off.
I love Maria.
But yeah, and Maria is Tim Stone Sr.'s wife.
Yes.
And Tim is our treasurer for APAWS. Tim Stone Jr.
is the president.
Is the president. Yeah. Keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, like the stealing of the awards
fun.
is probably.
Yeah, but I don't think they do that anymore.
Are you going this
year? I think they should. It's undecided because we got a vacation. We're going camping in August. So.
Well, this is in October.
I know. Usually it takes a long time to recover, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We just don't know yet.
Do you think you can recover from August to? How much recovery do you need? Is 8 weeks enough?
Apparently, in just a few minutes today. But, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a room. I'm gonna make Scoop Soldiers pay for it, and you can bunk with me.
Oh, for free. And my husband? Where is he gonna go?
Has he come to work with you?
Yeah. Now he comes. Like he couldn't early on, because somebody had to watch the kids. Well, I had kids.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Now they're all grown up.
I don't have kids, so I never know how that works. You can't just leave them.
Honestly, it's like I birthed the baby that's going to be 22. Like when I think about it like that's crazy. That's crazy because it seems like no time has went by at all. Because I love what I do. Like I've never felt like
There's no like a kid you can see them grow. In a business, you're just like, was that 20 years ago?
That was like
there's not a lot.
And I will have to say, I still have a client from 20 years ago, 21 years ago. Actually, I don't have any from 22 years ago, but very close. So that's pretty good. Like I have watched. Like they probably had kids in grade school, then they're in high school, then they've graduated, now they're married, having kids. I even scoop for the second generation for a while. We don't have many more, but I mean that is pretty cool.
That is. Like to see
and we're still friends on
you've got a whole life cycle,
stuff.
Like a whole life cycle, which is odd.
Because we keep we have clients. And we just tend to keep them, And
we talked about this a little bit
service.
When I was here for lunch last time, and then before we got started, you want your business to be big and profitable, but I think you've done a really good job of making it like not transactional, right? The bigger you get, you've worked very hard at making sure that you're
What do you
still
mean not transactional?
not like thank you for the payment, thank you for the payment, thank you for the payment, thank you for the payment. Like you know, you know
I do
them,
it silently.
like you. But I mean, like you know them, you know their
Yes,
dogs, you
yes,
know that their
yes,
kids
yes.
had kids and
Yep.
they moved, like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not they're not a
Right.
number in your database. Like you know them. Like,
Where, yep.
which is
that's
hard
true.
to do. Like as you
It's
get
really
as you
hard
go
to
from like
do.
50 customers to 100 customers to 1,000 customers to 10,000 customers, it's hard to
Yeah.
kind of keep them.
When they come
Keep 'em
back,
all straight.
sometime like I don't remember their name. Like I used to remember everybody's
Yeah.
name, honestly, and now I'm like,
It'll dawn on you. You
know,
pull up the
yeah,
house, you're like,
depends
oh,
on
yeah.
how far back.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably me. You know, I am older now, so you know, mine's not as good. I work in the hot sun. You know, like
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
fried a few.
We know.
cells. Yeah.
Yeah, we
it
were
was hot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I'll say it was.
steamy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was sticky in places that shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been sticky.
Yeah.
It was not. But
It is hot.
But it
It
was.
is
Yeah, we had
hot.
lots of liquid. We had a couple
That's
of
good.
smoothies. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So tell me a little bit about like now. So now you've had employees over. Obviously, when you birth your child at you birth them at 0 days old. But when they're 1 year old, they're not out scooping. And so your career and your business has gone a whole lifespan to now where your children help with your businesses. So tell me what might be some of the difference between hiring an employee on and managing an employee versus hiring on your kid and managing your kid.
In a text, I say I love you. That's the only difference.
And then when they show up, you're like, you.
I'm like, no, it's not like that at all. It's all very harmonious, and literally that is it. Like, I do have to keep work and
Yeah,
business a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
separate. And sometimes I think, well, should I be telling my employee I love them? Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, like, I know you've obviously when you had your children, they were not birthed to go scoop right away, right? They had to grow up. So you have hired probably a trillion bazillion staff.
No, they stayed a long
Yeah,
time.
I had a hand. Most of mine stayed. Every now and then.
Yeah,
Every now
like
and then
I got
you had
so
a route.
lucky.
Yeah.
Mainly because I kept it to part-time. And it
Oh,
seemed like I
okay.
had really good luck with people that already had another job and they needed to supplement.
Yeah.
So there was
So
that
how did you work that?
urgency.
Oh, did they
you know.
use their own cars, or they have your? Okay, so they use your own. I was like, how would you work
At
that,
that time.
like truck wise? You know, like nowadays, like I'm thinking in my head, like you got a person part time, but you got like how do you? But if they're using your own vehicles, so but now you are literally a family run business.
Yes,
so you have
family-owned and
3
operated.
children. You're the owner. You still do a little bit of scooping, kind of get out.
I love to
Meet the
yeah.
people, kiss
If
the
I
baby,
didn't
shake
have so
some
many surgeries then,
And ailments
yeah,
and
then I'd
age.
be out scooping more.
My shoulder still
What?
hurts.
No. It's not, I can still do it. It is
Just
hot.
a little
though.
slower.
It is hot.
So now you have children, and so
Yes.
your children help. So what is that like? The difference between working with like regular staff and the humans that you birth?
I love my employees.
Literally, they come to every
I do.
holiday.
And when I text them, I tell them I love them, and I'm like, am I crossing the line? Like, is that not allowed?
So is it like, hey, you're doing like, and I know your kids do a great job, but is it like a, hey, you missed a stop, love you, mom,
Yeah,
like
something like that.
well, that's so. And I mean, you've been in business a long time. You've got process, you've got procedures, you've got non-negotiables. I mean, you're not new here, right? So your children grew up knowing this business, so
Yeah.
they probably have seen you have to go out and scoop because somebody called off, like all of the crazy things. So I would assume that they probably are. Well, probably better employees because of your children, but also they're probably better employees because they've lived the other side of that.
Yeah.
Like they've seen you.
I bet they never thought they'd have to grow up to
Well,
do this.
did you
though.
think you grew up to do this?
In a way, I think I did. Like, honest to God, like I think what happened when I was little and picking up the poop in my own yard, like I think my dad said, like back in the '70s, that that somebody's going to make money doing this. Like I
Really?
can almost vaguely
Like-
remember that. Now I could be making it up.
Like
I'm not
remembering
really
it
sure, but
differently?
I'm pretty
I would-
sure
yeah.
that he said that. And I've just always been a poop picker upper, I guess. Like it's
Yeah.
not ever bothered me. Where some people, like my
Yeah.
husband, like he might be able to do it, but it might really gross him out. Like
Yeah,
some people
there are
really
some people that will
cannot
like see it and just
do
gag.
it. So
Like, they
I feel
can't.
kind of blessed, and that's why I think why we get along so much is because maybe there is just a small group of people that can handle picking up poop.
Yeah, and, yeah.
For a
And it's-
living.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not. It's a dirty job, but it's not. I
It's
wouldn't
not
think
that dirty.
that it's
That's
as
just
dirty
it.
as
It's
people
just,
think.
Yes,
Like,
I think people think it. Well, the ones without the bags.
No, that's
a dirty
that's
job.
That's just
gross.
But yeah.
But
you're not,
no, it's like everything is so clean,
Yeah.
unless you step in something, and then
Well,
every now and then
poop
that
shoes
happens.
don't come in the house. Like
you
poop
know,
shoes,
yeah,
just
they should not
your work
come in
shoes
the
just
house.
stay outside or in the garage. Like they don't need to come in. You
Yeah.
never.
Like
But
my son always takes his shoes off where he comes in. That's so nice.
Probably. Well,
But
he probably has been trained to do that.
yeah, he has been trained to do that.
So let's talk about like where the future of the industry is going, right? So I don't know. I don't even know when the first scooper started, but we jumped in.
debate.
Yeah, we jumped in. Yeah, we jumped in the early 2000s.
Very early, yeah.
And we've seen a tremendous growth in not only the number of independents, the number of franchises, the number of franchisees,
Yeah.
just the number of everything. Like it used to be.
Now the
all
number
the
of
things.
podcasts,
The number
like,
of podcasts and
on getting the word out
platforms
there,
and-
like, yeah, like it's
So it's not just our technology or our systems or the service has always been the same. Like it's really simple. Like we're putting poop in a bucket. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But where do you see
well,
us
I
going?
did have one client say it's not rocket science, but I'm like, you know what? There
It's
is
a
a lot
little more
more
to it.
involved
Yeah.
than one thing. It's like in Florida, even like the time a day that you get started and the type of grass that you're started on, like you could get blinded from the St. Augustine dew.
Yeah.
Like the dew that's on the grass. I'm like, holy moly, I can't see.
Yeah.
You know, like,
That'd be the same as Chicagoland, where like
or
there's
dirt,
a little bit
you
of
know, or-
a little bit of frosty grass, and you're like trying
it's really
to
tough.
see it. So yeah, it's not rocket scientists, but there
but
is
it
some
is-
trial and error to getting it down and doing it right.
That same person, I am picking up the poop for that person that
Here's
told
an
me
idea.
it's not rocket science.
Here's an idea: run your happy ass out there and scoop some poop, right?
Well,
you know what? I'll sit back here
know.
on the deck and watch you go out there and do it.
Yep. So still have him as a client, by the way.
Let's not list his name or his
No,
address.
I hope he's not watching.
But yeah,
this.
so like the service is still the same. There's been some add-ons like the Wizzywash or the Deodorizer, the odor mute, like all of those kinds of services,
We used to do odor
sanitation.
mute.
Yep.
There's a lot more turf around
there's a
here
lot-
now. A lot
okay.
of fake turf, and
Okay.
we're finding the fake turf in the heat, and the smells are just not good. It's urine
Yeah.
smells
Yeah, yeah,
usually,
yeah.
and
It does
so
break
we're
down.
having to do those a lot more often, than one might think. But it's getting to be so popular, the artificial
It
turf.
is, yeah. So what do you? So is that something that you guys scoop and then you guys? So I'm from Chicagoland. Live in Missouri now. Scoop Soldiers is based out of Dallas. So I think there's. Jeremy, is there more grass or turf, or is it a mix? Do you got a lot of turf down there, or no? No. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, we
I
get
was
a
with
lot of
Christian
turf.
in Tucson. I was in
Oh, I bet they
Tucson
have a
last
lot of
weekend.
turf.
He's got a lot of turf. I was trying to figure
Yeah.
out. Been traveling a lot, so I'm trying to figure out which city I was in that mentioned it.
Yeah.
But for turf, do you scoop it, you collect and remove, and then do most of your clients or some of your clients do the deodorizing? Like I'm not familiar with turf.
They
all
don't
that
know
much.
about it. Like I'm kind of
Okay.
surprised that the turf companies aren't capitalizing on this. Maybe they are, but it doesn't seem like they are.
Yeah,
You know, they're
yeah.
just installing and away you go. And then the dogs go out there and there's a smell. And so,
Yeah.
sometimes they don't even know unless we tell them about it. So it's a suggestive selling, of course. Like
Yeah.
that's a nice thing about our clients is, they got a lot of add-ons, so that's pretty nice, and
Yeah.
it makes it nice for the workers too, because every stop it counts as two, whatever they're going to do a
okay.
spray.
Okay.
But I find they don't know it, and if they do know it, that's because they probably had another company tell them. Like it's just not common knowledge. Or
Yeah.
if you get a client that asks you, well, do you sanitize your tools? Well, that person's already had another.
They've used
They
the
don't
scooper.
know to
They
ask
would-
it, or it's
yeah.
somebody inquiring
Yeah.
about their own business.
Right, yeah,
whatever.
those
You know,
little sneaky
we
ones.
know.
The little sneaky ones, like, I have a
Yeah.
couple questions
Yeah,
for you. I'm on
uh-huh.
services. How do you charge? Where do you mark? Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
just tell me that you're a competitor, and I'd be happy to answer as much
Right,
as I can,
right,
right? Like,
exactly.
that kind of thing.
We'll
so
do
I
much
think,
better that way.
Yeah, it would be, because I don't, like, there's enough poop for everybody.
There is
right? There's enough
enough
poop
poop.
for
Right,
everybody.
definitely.
We don't need to slash tires or steal yard
Just, like,
signs.
honestly,
or-
there's none of that around here. Like
No?
honestly, it's just always been so nice.
So you're saying the Tampa scoopers are just singing Kumbaya?
Yeah,
God bless you, man.
I think so.
Because I know there's other areas that are a little more.
It's awesome.
I
honestly.
had when I had my business years ago, I had an issue with a scooper stealing my yard signs, and
Well, I'm not saying there's none of that.
how are you singing Kumbaya then?
I mean, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't.
I had a guy, my brother.
Maybe it's $5 per sign, maybe it's not.
I don't know.
No, actually, we just mostly leave them.
Yeah, for the most
because
part, it's
you know
fine.
what, it helps us.
Yeah, right.
I
If we
mean, I
plant
hate
the
to
seed,
say it,
and then they.
but they don't usually remember whatever company, and
No,
they're going
that's
to go
true.
to Google and
Google pooper scooper near me.
And guess what? I've been around a long time and have a lot of stuff,
It
going
organically
that way.
pops up.
Yeah, organically
Yeah.
pops up. So it just helps me, and that's probably what's going on.
I think it's
just
true.
It's been so busy lately, and I'm like, it's because there's scoopers putting signs out
Yeah,
there.
and I think that's
which
like
is great. It works. I don't necessarily. I bought like 50 signs like early on. I still have a lot of them in my garage because I'm like, I felt so creepy, you know, like in the cloak of darkness, putting my signs out, and I'm so scared, you know, like someone's going to see me, and then I have to, you know, go pick them up, and I just felt weird, and plus it's litter, and I spent, I've got 4 awards in there for picking up trash on the side of the road, you know, for years. And I'm like, it's trash. It's street spam is what it is. So technically I'm doing everybody a favor if I should pick their signs up. First of all, there's fines involved, and also it's trash. So it depends on where those signs are. If they're on a road that we clean, they might have to go.
Oh, that's right. I was confused. So you're saying that a road that you volunteered
yes,
to...
volunteered
I
to
was
clean.
like, are you scooping roadways?
No.
But I was
but we're cleaning them up. You know,
me.
I was the only one in Hillsborough County to have 3 roads. Like, we go over.
And when you say we, it's like you and your staff, or you and
so it was me and my kids, my poor kids. Like, they'd have to go out. You have to do it like once every 3 months, I think. So we would go out.
Like family bonding,
hours.
like we're going to go out together. Like
hours
most moms take their kids to the zoo.
We're going to go pick up
trash.
And then it got to be when they were in high school, then we could do it for community service. So my one son had people that needed it for being bad, and then my daughter had the ones for being good, you know. And so they would get out there and help us.
Whatever the roadways are clean.
They're clean.
They're
and
clean.
like the different roadways had different types of trash, you know, like one had ice bags, one had little liquor bottles, one had
Ooh, the liquor bottle one. Did you track those down?
Were they just all over? I mean, that seems to be comic. Throw it out the window. I don't know what's going on there, but there's a lot of little liquor bottles.
That makes me feel like they're drinking and driving.
They are.
It's not good.
Maybe they're out of stop.
You're still drinking and driving.
I know.
Or maybe
it is sad.
We're gonna make believe that the driver is not, and all of the passengers
they're little
are.
liquor bottles, and not
But
usually
you found
the
a
big one.
lot.
We found a lot.
So maybe that's not.
I know it happens.
All right. So do you think this is how every conversation with every lunch, every conversation, every phone call with Sharice ever ends up, is we get a lot of stuff accomplished, but in like ping pong jumps throughout everything. Yeah. So back to the industry. I feel like, so I'm 48, and like, you know, back in my day.
Are you bragging?
No. I'm like, oh no.
I am not.
No, I am not. Because when you asked me to get up and help you with something, I'm like, oh, she's really asking a lot. But like back in my day.
I used to be 48.
I used to be 40. I used to be 8.
I was young when I started.
Yeah. This business.
Maybe I was 48. No, I'm just kidding.
So like back in my day, you know, like everyone mowed their own lawns. At our house, whoever was the most disobedient child picked up the dog poop. We had a crab apple tree, threw the crab apples into we had a field behind us, like picked up, which was terrible. Actually, which was terrible because of all the honeybees.
Oh.
Now I'm a beekeeper.
Yeah, go figure.
Maybe that's where it came from. But all the chores like that, right? The mowing the lawn, the picking up the poop, the picking up the crab apples,
so
all
you
those
went
things.
into poop scooping, your brother into landscaping.
Yes.
Your parents taught you well.
Unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, I don't know. But so like now everyone, I mean, there's very few people that mow their own lawn. Everyone's got a guy, right? So
we mow ours.
Pet waste removal.
I got a pool guy.
You got a pool lawn.
We used to have a lawn guy, but
I hear rumors about pool guys.
It's true.
I don't got a pool guy. Well, I got a pond. I got a pond guy, but he's my husband.
That's
so
nice.
But so I think like I'm wondering as the services begin to be more well known, and we have more scoopers, right? As the OGs retire and even leave them to the kids, or they sell to whether it's an independent or a franchise, and the little guys become big guys, and the big guys become bigger guys. Like, do you think that we're like on the wave of like lawn care? Like 20, whatever, 30,
we just say 10. Another 10 years. We used to be 20 years. Now we say 10 because 10 years went by. So we say in 20 years it's going to be as common as landscape thing. And I really do believe that we're on that trajectory. Yeah.
I think
so. But there's still not enough of us to where people do have to accommodate their schedule to us rather than, you know, because there's a lot of lawn people, but there's not a lot of scoopers. So a lot of people want, you know, service done at a particular time because of their lawn people, but it's just not always possible.
Yeah, I think that's maybe that's why we saw more of the collect and remove, because as there's been more scoopers kind of popping up, the ability to be able to pick the day that the customer wanted in alignment with their trash or their lawn guy. Maybe that's why it's gone to more collect and remove.
Ours has always been collecting rooms, so I wouldn't really know.
I always collected
like,
a roof
honestly, I
early.
wouldn't know.
And when I was talking to EJ about, we were talking about the industry and that kind of stuff, and he had brought up a point that I never thought of. He had said that, you know, like we're all waiting for like the swoop up, right? Like we made it, and he's like, we might not even know it.
I feel like I made it. Like when I like this is the serious thing. Well, first of all, APAWS has always been so good, but I felt like I made it. And I was proving something to the whole scooping industry when I won Small Business of the Year through the Chamber of Commerce. Like, honestly, I felt like I was winning it for everybody but me that was in the scooping industry to say, this is a legitimate business.
We're real. Like, this isn't,
you know,
I mean,
like, it took me 5 years to get that, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, year after year, I'd be a finalist, and then finally.
Yeah, you do the right thing.
And I did, I felt like I wasn't winning it for me. I felt like I was winning it for the scooper industry to say this is a real business. Yeah, so and I still feel that way.
Maybe like the industry hasn't made it to like what you and I would think. Oh, we made it. But I do think you ever heard of the gap theory? How like you're so focused on like where you want to be that you forget to turn around and look at how far you came.
Nope, that's you, not me. Like,
no. So that's the gap theory.
I never really
like the industry. Like we're waiting.
To think about.
We're waiting for we're here. We're waiting for that. But we've never turned around to. I've never really turned around to say, wow, like we started out with a service ad in the directory and writing down routes, and now we have software and school platforms, and like the association was there pretty early on, but we have digital marketing campaigns and acquisitions and resales and like
I'm learning from the newbies, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
That's what it's supposed to be.
That's why I feel like I don't know that I have so much to offer now because like the new people are teaching me because I'm not that
like
good
life,
at
though, right?
social media. Like I feel like I don't. Maybe I have something to offer. I used to have a lot more to offer, but now I feel like it's being offered to me.
But there's some parts. Yeah, I would agree. There's some parts to business that I'm like, I don't know that I completely understand GPT or whatever ADC it is.
I don't
or whatever.
know what that is.
I'll Google it.
I'm scared of it, actually. But
why are you scared of it?
Because it was taking work away from my daughter.
Oh,
actually.
Well, you should be angry at it, not scared at it.
In digital media, and then now people can do it themselves.
Yeah, I never thought about that way.
Yeah.
Well, let's kind of wrap up with, I never asked you about your dog. I know it's upstairs, but tell me about like your dog.
My dirty dog.
Your dirty dog from camping. Your camping dog.
That's why you can't be shown right now.
Your bougie dog that lounges in the house and lays by the pool and now has been hoboing it up in a camper, right? Like getting dirty feet and stickers.
It's so bad. Yeah. I mean,
So what's your dog's name?
Cyrus. Well, it's Osiris.
Osiris.
We call him Cyrus.
How'd you guys?
Osiris. No. Well, he was my sister-in-law's dog, and so we rescued the dog from her. She had to move, and I wasn't even looking for a dog. But I'm like, we were actually going to take him and put him in a rescue for mini
like foster him out,
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, we had just lost 3 dogs within 6 months, and I wasn't ready. I'm like, just not ready. But then there's this dog, and he's completely potty trained. And we were thinking about a puppy. I'm like, no, wait a minute.
Hold on. We know where this dog came from.
Yeah. And he is so smart. Like, he is just the best dog. We've always had really good dogs, but he is really, he's just a joy.
How old is he?
He is 5.
5, and he gets along with the grandkid and
all like. And I just did some obedience training, and now he doesn't knock over the grandkid, so now it's even better. Yeah, we did some.
They're Aussies are like high energy. Is he mini or full?
He's mini.
I can't remember. Mini.
And he is very high energy, and he loves that baby to death. But he didn't realize his strength. But now he doesn't do.
And your grandson is.
He doesn't jump up or anything.
3.
Yeah. He went. I took him to the park a lot at the camp thing.
He's
like.
Your grandson
every time we moved, well, no, I didn't take the dog to the park. Just
I was like, well, that seems weird. Okay,
no,
envisioning you like pushing him on a swing.
Yeah,
like
I love my dog, but not like that. No, I probably should have.
You're going back in 20
I'm going to go back.
So
I'm going to go push him on the swing.
Perfect. Well, can't ever. Like I think like a a pet waste removal business owner,
You have to have a dog.
have to have a dog,
For
right?
practice.
Like test drive this thing, right?
When
Make
I
sure
first
it can work.
started, honestly, my nephew Justin, I used to scoop for the family. They had 5 basset hounds. I'm like, oh,
Holy
please let me come over
smokes.
and scoop your poop because I need to practice.
And they probably were like, no.
No, they didn't say that. They're like, come on over.
Right, like why can't we find like someone that's a massage therapist that needs to practice, right? Or someone that does pedicures that needs to
that would be
practice.
so nice.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That
a
would
chef.
be nice.
A chef that
No, I
wants
did
to
a
practice.
pedicure. I'm still thinking about the pedicure. It needs to practice. Yes.
We should
okay.
do that. Yeah.
So,
So Justin was your. You
So
gotta
yeah,
practice,
I would
right?
go 6 months. I did because I didn't have enough poop in my yard. I would go to where the poop goes.
Did you bill him?
And I did it for free. Like really, that was
After 6
I was
months, did you
practicing.
bill him?
No,
No.
I just stopped scooping after 6 months.
Did you refer him to
Because I got a
somebody
customer
else?
now.
You
Yeah.
got $5.
Now I'm getting paid.
Too
but-
much. So sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us stop by.
Yep, that's pretty much how it went.
Yeah. Well, they got it long enough, right?
Yeah.
6 months. Got 6 months, right?
6 months free
5
scooping.
dogs, 1 or 2 poops a day, times 7
That's a
days
lot
a
of
week,
poop.
times 6 months. I'm
a
not
lot of
sure if you're
poop.
giving out for Christmas, but I'm sure that covered
Yeah.
the holiday. So, well, I hope that you are at APAWS in October.
Yeah.
I hope that
we're
between
still working on it.
camping, I hope the 6 to 8 week gap between your camping and APAWS is enough for you to recover.
Oh, you're gonna see.
We're gonna see. They can like wheelchair you in
Yeah.
or something. Like we'll get you
I
an
did
extra
that
bed.
before. No.
No, on your foot probably.
I was in a wheelchair for
But
a
well,
while.
hopefully you are at the APAWS convention. I will be there. Hopefully you're there to continue to mentor everyone and maybe
Fingers
win.
crossed.
Bring your top scooper to win that award.
Yeah,
And
there is that.
maybe-
we could use another one.
your shelf's pretty full back there. But
It
maybe
is
you'll.
pretty full. I don't have any more room. Okay, everybody's.
I'll get the Scoop Soldier team practice and tell them, listen, same thing I told my brother. I'm like,
I'm
Sharice is
scared.
coming.
I'm scared.
Don't you disappoint me.
Yeah.
You get out there and you
You
crush
do
her. You push her over and you crush her into the ground.
Kendra used to be my friend.
Well, again, we greatly appreciate you letting us overtake your home.
Absolutely.
Jeremy moved all your furniture around,
Yeah.
set up big lights and cameras, secluded your husband and the dog to upstairs,
Yeah.
messed with your lights and your lamps, all of the things. But
It's
I
a
mean,
pleasure.
not just because you're my friend, like you've been a mentor in the industry for so long and you have so much knowledge and so much stuff to share that we were coming here. I'm like, I can't not let her continue to share something. And you're right, we're at an age where it's being shared back, but that's the way it goes, right? So I
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
we continue to be able to hold our minds together long enough to help other people. We got it.
Yeah.
We got this.
The
We're
mind's
good.
still good.
We're good.
It's the body. The body.
Oh, see, I think like my mind is loose. Well, actually, it's
Really?
both. My brain slips, and I feel like my hip hurts,
Just-
and
yeah.
my knee, and this shoulder over here
It's
is
happening.
really.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it.
I think that would be a good topic, though.
For where?
Is to how long can you actually scoop without major wear and tear?
Without breaking yourself down.
Yeah.
I mean, we know owning a business can
and
soul suck, but
it's- and the soul's good. It's really the
it's the
rest.
it's
Like
the
I do
repetitive
wonder the
movement.
repetitive stuff.
Yeah, like it's always a
'cause
shoulder, a
lot
wrist,
of
an
people are
elbow.
having. It's usually elbow. Like for some reason, my elbows never hurt.
Don't
yeah.
jinx it.
I think-
It's the elbow, and for me, and I think too the gripping.
Yeah.
Like 'cause every time you use your spade or your rake, you're re-gripping, and then on this, well, I'm left-handed, so on this side, you're gripping that pail, and it's just a lot on your
It's
elbows.
a lot.
Yeah, I mean, another thing people might not
or
realize.
even like people don't even realize falling in a hole
Oh,
could
God.
really trip you up a little
how
bit
many
from then. You
bro-
know,
are
like
twisted ankle
oh,
employee
the
twisted ankles.
holes.
I mean, the bites are bad. Like
Yeah,
not a lot
there's
of
the
not a lot
bites,
of dog
too.
bites,
Yeah,
but
there's
enough
been a
of them.
few.
But it's for me, it was always the sprained ankles, the
I would walk into holes and hurt the
falls.
knees.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
kinds of things. All right, well, we'll end on that. Everyone should probably start their own pet waste removal company, or call me as Scoop Soldiers, and I'll get you right into a franchise, and
Might be a little faster.
and maybe in 25 years you won't be quite as broke down and beat up as me and Sharice, but
maybe you will.
maybe you will. We'll never know.
We'll have to.
We'll never know. We
we'll
can
carry this
bet.
on 20 years from now.
Yeah, we'll have to we'll play and see where we're at. But
Yeah.
but hopefully, like I said, you get the opportunity to be inspired by Sharice and her story, and keeping her business rolling, being a mentor to other people in the community, being a board member, helping in all the associations, and really just like being a solid human, like being a good human, right? So,
think so.
Yep. So again, Kendra Witkowski, the Director of Business Development here at Scoop Soldiers. As always, we'd like you to be able to subscribe to our podcast and keep listening, and hopefully, we never know who I'll have on deck, who I will voluntold next.
Well, it shouldn't be me.